Hello everyone, welcome to today's session where we're going to look at the literary term science fiction. Science fiction, also known as sci-fi, is a genre of fiction literature which is imaginative but based in science, or we can say that science fiction relies heavily on scientific facts, theories and principles as a support. These scientific facts, theories and principles works as a support for its characters, settings, plot lines and themes. And the coining of this term science fiction is usually attributed to the American publisher Hugo Gernsback. However, the founder of this term is believed to be the Victorian author H.G. Wells, whose novel we will see in the later part of this session. Science fiction can be divided into two broad categories, hard and soft. Hard science fiction strictly follows scientific facts and principles. It is strongly focused on natural sciences like physics, astronomy, chemistry, astrophysics, etc. Whereas soft science fiction is characterized by a focus on social sciences like anthropology, sociology, psychology, politics, and in other words, the sciences which involve human behavior. Or in this way, we can say that soft science fiction stories address the scientific or the possible scientific consequences on human behavior. For instance, this Disney animated film Wall-E is actually an apocalyptic science fiction, and it is about the end of life on earth as a result of humans disregard for nature. So this is such a this involves behavior, human behavior, along with the scientific and factual facts. So on the whole, if we see this literature, science fiction, the literature of science fiction, if we see, then we will find that it is actually a combination of most of the works are actually a combination of soft and hard science fiction, because soft science fiction allows audiences to connect on emotional level, and hard science fiction adds real scientific evidences. So the better in this way, this combination is this combination becomes the better technique, better storytelling technique, in where both of these elements combine, hard and soft. And in this way, this combination allows audiences to connect with the story on two levels, emotional and factual. So practically, or in most of the works, it's not that works don't exist separately, hard and soft. They exist, as we can see, Gravity. There was one novel, and Gravity, which was purely scientific, on accurate scientific calculations were involved there. So it's not, but on if we see the majority or the most novels, then we can see a proper combination of both of these categories, hard and soft science fictions. Science fiction is also known as literature of ideas, and since it is highly speculative and imaginative, that's why it involves a wide range of variety, or a wide variety of futuristic concepts, and also anything is possible kind of virtual reality. So let's have a look on some classic elements which science fiction consists, which include time travel. We can see these elements in any science fiction: time travel, teleportation, mind control, telepathy and telekinesis, aliens, extraterrestrial life forms and mutants, space travel and exploration, interplanetary warfare, parallel universes, fictional worlds, alternative histories, speculative technology, and super intelligent computers and robots. So these are the elements which we can often find in this genre of fiction. So after watching these variety of elements, we can state this thing that science fiction is a genre which is or science fiction is a genre of imagination, possibility, and innovation, where um, authors use real science to create fictional stories. And what they explore, these fictional stories involving real science explore the future, the possible future of mankind and universe, and that too in a way which is both realistic and imaginative at the same time. So this is what is science fiction and how interesting it is. And now I would like to familiarize you with some of the science fiction novels. The first one is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. It features underwater exploration and a technologically advanced submarine. And which two things? Underwater exploration and the advanced submarine. These two things were primitive when this novel was published in 1870. It was an innovative venture in its kind at that time. The next one is the famous novel The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. It tells about the story of Martians invading Earth, and it also deals with the themes like space, science, and astronomy. Then there is Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, which is set in futuristic dystopian world. And what happens in it? This futuristic dystopian world, it is full of advanced scientific developments where people are genetically modified. They are modified genetically. And then this novel 1984 by George Orwell, and it is actually a dystopian version of the year 1984, and this which represents the extreme interference or extreme levels of governmental interference in daily lives with the help of with the aid of scientific inventions and innovations. And this is the list of some of the classic science fiction novels, and I hope that after listening these many thrilling and exciting elements of science fiction genre, you would like to read about them, and if not content, then at least plot line, which are titled as Who Goes There, Foundation, Fahrenheit 451, Stranger in a Strange Land, The Man in the High Castle, Dune, 2001 A Space Odyssey, and The Handmaid's Tale. And I encourage you to read about them, as they all are important and classic, and they are known as classic science fiction novels. So the next there is this list, and on a final note, I would say that the popularity of science fiction genre or science fiction novels has increased manifold over the years, and that's why it is divided into many subgenres. And this list is a subgenre. These are some of the subgenres of this wide variety of this broad term science fiction, which has become an umbrella term, which has many colors, or which has these many branches or genres. You can see space opera, space western, cyberpunk, steampunk, dystopian fiction, alternate history, and so on. There are many, and I would like to encourage you to read about these specific terms, what they mean, and also find out some more genres which are not added here. So that's all for today, and I look forward to see you in the next session. Thank you for now.